Welcome to the Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center. In 2004, a national level institute AMGITA has been started in the field of engineering and technology as per guidelines of All India Council for Technical Education AICTE New Delhi. AMGITA is approved by AICTE New Delhi, Gujarat State and affiliated to Gujarat Technological University Ahmedabad, which is also known as GTU. Our goal is to be an institute of generative ideas so that we remain relevant to our society. The AMGITA has always been an organization on move with continuous effort on improving its processes and to maintain its relevance to the Indian science scenario with adding new programs in its programmatic portfolio. We strongly believe in overall development of students, so for that we provide them a different platform like state level tech fest, project fair, different sports activity, which helps students to teach teamwork and problem solving skills to get physical health benefits, boost self esteem, and reduce pressure and stress for prove their skills in distinct area. Welcome to all of you. Myself, Professor Gaurang Patel from Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. Today we are going to learn about the DC circuits and the subject is basic electrical engineering. Here you can see we are going to learn about the Ohm's law and its limitations, Kirchhoff's current law and Kirchhoff's voltage law. Here in picture you can see that the picture of George Simon Ohm and Gustav Kirchhoff. They both are the German scientists who discovered those laws which is very useful in the electrical engineering. So here that is Ohm's law, and Ohm's law states that current flowing through the conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference applied to the conductor and provided no change in temperature. That means when we applied the current and when we applied the voltage to a circuit, that your resistance is linearly varied. And this is V proportional to I, that is known as Ohm's law. And when we add the constant R, that it becomes V is equal to IR, that is nothing but the I stands for the current and R stands for the resistance. And we can see where R is constant, which is called resistance of the conductor, and this R is equal to V by A. Here there are limitations of Ohm's law are given, and Ohm's law states that it cannot be applied to non-linear device, that is diode, Zener diode, etc., and it cannot be applied to non-metallic conductor, that is graphite, conducting polymers, etc., and it can only be applied in the constant temperature condition. So these are the limitations of Ohm's law. After Ohm's law, there is a Kirchhoff's current law, and it is also known as the KCL. In KCL, says that algebraic sum of branch currents at node is 0 at all instant of time. Or you can also define the KCL that at any node in a network, the sum of currents flowing into that node is equal to the sum of current flowing out of the node. Okay. Here how the KCL is going to be worked, that we can see in this diagram. I will show you how it will be worked. So just a moment. So there is a number of branch. You can see that branch number 1, branch number 2, branch number 3, 4 and 5 is given, and there is a different direction of current is given there. So from the different direction of current, we don't have to make any confusion for that. We just make some assumption regarding the law. That the assumption is that when your current is flowing towards the node, take a consider that sign is positive. You can see that is the node. If you consider that is the node which is given in the center, and that stands for the node. If we look at for the current I1, which is flow towards the node. So it sign of I1 it should be considered as positive, and in contrary side if you can see the I5, it is a current is flowing from the node, so it is considered as a negative. So here there are some equations are made with the use of this law, that you can see that I1, I2 and I3 which is flowing towards the node, so it is considered as a positive current. And you can see that I4 and I5 which is flowing outwards from the node, so it is considered as a negative. So finally if you process this equation, it becomes I1 plus I2 plus I3 is equal to I4 plus I5. Further if you proceed, then you can uh, write it down like that, that is I is equal to Q by T, and this I is equal to Q by T, that is nothing but the charge which will take the time of flowing. That's why it is written down over here, that is I is equal to Q by T. Then after you can see over here that Q1 divided by 2 plus Q2 divided by 2 plus Q3 divided by 2 is equal to Q4 by 2 plus Q5 by T, which is stands for as per the previous equation that we seen, that I1 plus I2 plus I3 is equal to I4 plus R5. Okay, and further you reduce this equation, it becomes Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 is equal to Q4 plus Q5. So just a moment. So that's how it is going to be work. If you see further, there is a Kirchhoff current law and KCL, that is also stated as law of conservation of electrical charge, and you can say that is sum of charge entering into the node is equal to sum of charges leaving out the node. We are also taking some examples regarding the KVL and KCL. Okay, so you can be make better understanding of it. So here is one network is given, so you can see in this network there is a number of resistance are given, three resistance are given, and value of those three resistance are equally 1 ohm, and three currents are flowing through that I1, I2 and I3, and I4, I5 and I6 that is also flow throughout the node. And it is in example it is given that find the current I6. So we will apply the Kirchhoff current law over here, and we can see how to solve such kind of problems. So when you applying the KCL at node B, you can see in the figure, when you applying the KCL at node B, so node B is over here, we can see over here. So at the node B there is a I3 and I6, both are entering towards the node, so we will consider this both current as a positive, and there is one more current I1 which is flowing outward to the from the node, so we will consider as a negative. So here I1 is here. Okay, so, I just took the direct step over here, so you might be not confused with that. So over here I6 plus I3 and I1, the value of I1 is already given in the example, which is equal to 2. So here we make a first equation, that is I6 is equal to 2 minus I3, and I6 is the main target to find what are the current of I6, what is the value of I6. Okay, so we made one equation regarding that, so it can be easily calculated from that. Okay, So now if you further move towards the example, now here in that figure you can see after completing procedure at the node B, we will move towards the node C, and at node C there are three currents are comes into the picture. We can see clearly in the picture there are three currents are connected with that point C. Among of them I2 and I5 is entering into the node, and you can see I3 is leaving from that node. So one more equations we can form over here, that is I2 plus I5 is equal to I3, and according to that further if you reduce this equation you can see I3 is equal to I2 minus 4. Okay, so two equations, that was equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. If you would like to give the equation like that, then further we will proceed this example, and when you applying the KCL at point C, okay, so same thing over here, that applying at KCL at C, I2 plus I5 is equal to I3, okay, and I3 is equal to I2 minus 4. So here I3 is equal to I2 minus 4, and when you and it will applying KCL at node A, that is finally at node A when you applied Kirchhoff current flow at node A, you can see the process that I4 is entering towards the node A and I1 is entering to the node A, and then you can see I2 is leaving the node. So that's how you can form the equation over here, that is I1 plus I4 is equal to I2 and 2 minus I1 is equal to I2. We are using the previous equation over here. So here we find that I2 is equal to 1 ampere. Okay, when further we move, we are again reducing that I3 is equal to minus 3 ampere with the help of previous equation, and that value of I3 if you put the value in equation number 1 for the finding of I6, then you can see I6 is equal to 2 minus I3, and you will finally get the answer I6 is equal to 5 ampere. So that's how you can solve the example of KCL. Okay, then after we will see how the Kirchhoff voltage law is working in the electric circuit. So Kirchhoff voltage law, that is KVL, and this is the Gustav Kirchhoff. I already show you that picture of that scientist. He is a German scientist, and this Kirchhoff circuit laws are two equalities that deal with the current and potential difference, and commonly known as voltage, in the lumped element model of electrical circuits. They were first described in 1845 by German physicist Gustav Kirchhoff. So what is Kirchhoff voltage law says that, and it is also known as Kirchhoff's second law and Kirchhoff's loop law as well. Okay, so Kirchhoff's voltage law stated as algebraic sum of all the branch voltages around any closed loop in the network is zero at all instant of time. Okay, what it is stated is that algebraic sum of all the branch voltages around any closed loop in the network is zero at all instant of time. So if you apply this Kirchhoff voltage law over here at given network, in given network we can see that V1, V2 and V3 and Z1, Z2 and Z3 is given. Z1, Z3, Z2 and Z3 is nothing but we are considering it is a load, either it is R, L or C, and V1, V2, V3, that is the voltage drop across that load. Okay, so here you can, when you apply the Kirchhoff voltage law, you in that KVL also you have to mention the sign convention. So how the sign convention is going to be applied in KVL, that we will see. When you see the voltage is passing through that load, and when you find the positive sign into your at first into your road, then what you have to consider, that if current is from negative to positive, that means there is a rise in voltage. So of course when there is a rise in voltage, that is something is what you have that added in your existing quantity. So that will be considered as a positive voltage when it is going to negative to positive, and when it is going to positive to negative, that means you have the reducing the amount of quantity which you have existing, so it is considered as a negative. Drop is considered as a negative voltage. So that's how positive and negative voltage sign is considered in Kirchhoff voltage law. So when you apply the Kirchhoff voltage law, similarly in KCL we have to make an equation for the Kirchhoff voltage law, and then you can see how the KVL is going to work. When first consider over here, that is Vs. You can see it is a voltage source and it is negative to positive, so here positive sign is considered. Then once again it is positive to negative, so that is a voltage drop. We consider positive to negative, so it is minus V1. Similar happens with V1, V2 and V3. So when you reduce this equation, Vs minus V2, V1 minus V2 minus V3 is equal to 0, and when you become the Vs is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Okay, so that's how you can form the equation. Okay, then next, when you similar steps you have to take on when KCL is considered. When Vs is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3, you can see that over here in place of KCL there is a current, and in place of KVL there is a voltage comes into the picture. So amount of charge that is taken, that energy to travel from one point to another, that is nothing but the potential difference, and that potential difference is nothing but the voltage. So V is equal to E by Q is considered over here, so energy by charge. So according to this equation, Vs is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Over here, that is Es by Q is equal to E1 by Q plus E2 by Q plus E3 by Q is considered. So that's how this equation has been formed, and regarding that we will see the one example which is considered and which is helpful to understood how the KVL is working in the electric circuit. And there are two statements are given over here for the Kirchhoff voltage law. That is, energy supplied by the voltage source in the circuit is equal to energy consumed by the passive components in the circuit, and it is law of conservation of electrical energy, it is considered as well. Okay, so when such kind of examples is given over here, you can see in the circuit there is a two voltage sources given, 5 voltage 2 and 2 voltage, and 3 resistance are given, that is 5 ohm, 15 ohm and 10 ohm resistance are given, and current direction is also given as an I. So here they are saying that find the current I and voltage across 15 ohm. So what we have to find, the total current flowing into the circuit and voltage across the 15 ohm, how much voltage across the 15 ohm. So how we can solve this problem with the help of KVL, that we will see. Okay, when you applying the KVL, first thing comes into the mind, that sign convention. And as we know, the sign convention, when there is a rise in voltage you have to make a positive sign, and when there is a drop in voltage you have to make a negative sign. So according to considering that law, when we apply this KVL to this particular network, so your 5 ohm resistance, that is, it is a drop over here, you can consider that is positive to negative. So here there is plus sign. Once again 5 voltage is over here, so it is negative to positive, so here minus V1. Okay, so over here that is minus V1 is there, then minus V2, positive to negative, there is once again a drop. So according to that sign convention is given, and finally the equation you will be get that 5 minus 2 is equal to 3 is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. So that is the first equation that you will get after applying your KVL in that circuit. And in that Ohm's law is also applicable, that is V is equal to IR, and according to the V is equal to IR, if you apply this, that is V1 is equal to 5I, V2 is equal to 10I, and V3 is equal to 15I, and it will help you to find out the voltage across the individual resistance. Okay, So in next we can see if you found that the further calculation. So here 3 is equal to 5i plus 10i plus 15i, because these values 5, 10 and 15 are already given into the example. So according to that equation we just put that value of that in equation. So you will get the 30i is equal to 3 and I is equal to 3 by 30 is equal to 0.1 ampere. So you will find the total hall current flowing into the circuit, that is I is equal to 0.1 ampere. When you apply that I is equal to 0.1 ampere, once you get the current, you can easily find out the voltage drop against the resistance, because resistance is already given into the circuit. So V3 is equal to 15i is equal to 15 into 0.1, so you will get the V3 is equal to 1.5 volt over here. Okay, so next you can see how this circuit KCL and KVL are work, this law how work in electrical given network, and how you can solve the example if any network is given, and you can apply it easily KVL and KCL with the help of these equations. Okay, so I hope you remember, I hope you understand all the things that which I try to explain you. So thanks for watching this video. Okay, thank you very much, and please remember to turn off the light when it's not necessary to use. Okay, thank you.